Okay, bombs are not bad. And hello. We'll see how everything goes today. This is the ladder. First race of Season 2. We're playing Casual Boots is the mode. Or at least that's what they call it. So we will have boots the whole time. That is not a glitch. You are going to find the actual boots location still, even though it's casual boots. So we are on both Twitch and Mixer today. If you're watching on Mixer, I of course would recommend coming over to the Twitch side of things, but you know, no force, of course. Our goal is to be completely over to Twitch after the end of this month trial period, or this month transition period. So, but yeah, in the interim, we'll at least be double streaming. Don't see a reason not to, at least. Not really any chat history to speak of, so. So yeah, casual boots. You start with a sword, you start with boots. Standard start as well. And that's really it. Other than that, it's just a pretty normal open seed. Mirror. Ether and bombs. That's fine. So yeah, this mode plays a little different than what we've seen. As I've said, this is the third of the new casual modes. Easy modes, restricted time modes, we are given 3 hours to finish this race. If after 3 hours you were not done, it's an auto forfeit. Bee in a bottle. Bottle's good at least. Don't really care about the B portion of that, but the bottle's good. Bush crab is worthless. Lumberjack is also worthless. And yes, we are playing as Battlein today. Battlein? Battlein? I don't know what's the proper... Okay, what's your blue male sprite? Looks like a hair color change. Yeah, it just got more maroon than the purple. Eh, I guess that's okay. Maybe we'll see red male and go, it redeems. And I don't know what her bunny is yet. I knew what Madeline's was, but I have not seen a Battlein yet. Although we never got to show off what the Madeline bunny sprite was. I don't think we ever got bunny beamed. And we weren't in Dark World without Moon Pearl. Glove? We got money for bottle vendor. The only thing I could really use right now would be like if I could get the flute before I leave the village. That'd be nice. I do recommend, Twitch is a little bit more screwy with notification emails. I would go to your notification settings and set it up so that you can set when you get notifications for people. Because they are very aggressive, I'd say, in removing notifications. I've noticed. For people, like, if you don't always go through the notification email, they will actually, like, stop sending you notifications. So I've set it up on my side that if it's a channel I don't go to frequently but still want the notifications, that I just went and said, okay, at least don't remove it. Like, I watch Games Done Quick really only twice a year, you know, during the summer and the winter. But they do a lot of other, like, mini little stuff, which is really cool. I just don't watch it a bunch. So they'll be like, oh, we're going to disable those notifications for you. And you're like, okay, I don't want you to. So instead, like, there's an option in your notification settings of, like, do not disable notifications for such and such streamer. No matter if I watch every time you send me an email. So we are going to get the mushroom. It might not be valuable, but I'd rather get it than not. Eight seconds. By the way, we're now in quick save. So no longer do we have to watch the intro animation. It probably saves about 5 seconds every time now. More than it used to. So we'll likely use save and quit in a few more spots than we used to. If I had the book, I could actually go do desert fully right now. Because we've got a fire source and we've got boots. Hey, the moon pearl. That's even better. Well, that one was broken, but that's good. Bomb Moldorm is a little bit better, or Bomb Mini Moldorm. Too bad Mini Moldorm was kind of useless. So yeah, this will be our first race of the season. Unfortunately, the mode that I've been touting as being like the cool one is next up on the list. So I'm not sure when we'll get to do one of those. Maybe tomorrow night, I think, is the next time it'll come up in the rotation. At like 10 o'clock in the evening tomorrow. So maybe we'll do tomorrow night for it. Because, yeah, it's coming up at like 4. So. But believe me, I'd love to do Enemizer. It looks like a really fun mode. For the season. Hey! Okay, I can live with that as the battle in Red Sprite. Pink hair. Okay, bonking while in Water Walk is not good. Do not do that in the future. Gotta be something coming up. We don't have too many options at this point. Okay, we got like no options. I don't want to go to Death Mountain without the lamp or something more at this point, because it's a logic break, and it's a pendant anyway. So, I guess we'll check out Eastern. This mode will at least be a good way to kind of get into the boots mode mentally. Because right now, like, I still have plenty of rooms where I go, oh, I don't need to use the boots. Or I don't have boots. So, try to break some habits and get into the habit of using it all the time. Still 3 items in this dungeon. The big change, it might feel like Ambrosia, but there is not a guaranteed item on the boss now. Well, there is an item on the boss this time. Just unintentionally. Hey, that's good. Cool that we can get through that room without, or the key room without having to hold out the sword at this point. Okay, this will be our last check in Eastern, unless it's the bow. It is not the bow, so we are out of here. But we've got the glove, so... Thinking. Let's do... King... I'm already over this far. We might as well grab King's Tomb. Don't know if I like this being my only option. Yeah, I should have waited. I have the mirror. I could have gotten here easier. We can beat Blind, we could beat Moth. Question is, who's what? Who's crystals and who's pendants right now? Okay, red crystal for thieves and swamp. Green pendant ice. And blue pendant mire. While we can do skull, I would like to see if I can get a little bit better equipped before doing it. Wow, a single rupee? I am so blessed. How could I ever be so lucky? Yeah, I did stream like once or twice to Twitch back in forever ago. I was grinding out Rayman at the time. And then just stopped using it. (15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Hey. Gonna have to get used to that chat box. It's a little less easier to read. Feels a little smaller. Well, I'm using the broadcast dashboard. So I'm not actually on my channel. Can't do dashy with this. Oh, okay. I didn't realize I was so hot that you needed a cold shower. Ayy. No, that was a bad idea. I'm gonna mirror bonk. Oh, I didn't mirror bonk. I know. It is a tough life being me. Come on, purple chest, have something. 300 rupees really isn't something. And hello, Dopey. And Dopey, you're supposed to come over to Twitch, don't you know? Oh, boy. That's where all the cool people are going. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be a transition. Weird. Oh, Facebook gaming? Okay. I mean, obviously, that's a great choice. Whatever people choose, you know? I'm gonna say it is funny though. I'm having you around a bunch more now, just because like we're on Twitch. Hammer, that's good. Okay. Not what I was looking for. Yeah, how's Channel 1 now? I can't imagine that's a fun place to be. Oh, really? Wow. I mean, I don't blame them. Shows how supportive they are of the whole we're moving idea, you know? You know, all this talk of like, we're here to support wherever you go, and then like, all those people are going to say, hey, we're moving to Twitch, and it's like, well, we can't put you on Channel 1 now. That's hilarious. No, I won't say that it was their best option. Their best option was actually to, you know, try and support this. But, you know, maybe that's just me. So yeah, we would have had boots either way really early in the seed. We found the boots location. Even though this mode is called casual boots, there is still a chest with the boots in them. Kind of funny. Yeah. Not the only company that does it, too. So yeah, my only request over this transition period is I'm just trying to hit, the numbers, get them up here on Twitch so we can kind of hit the ground running officially. So if people can watch on Twitch, great. If not, I understand. I'm not, no requirements. My goal, of course, is to hit affiliate, but, never know. Come on, Hammer Dash. That's my hope, Reese. I feel like I can. I just gotta, I need to keep doing the dual stream for now, and then should be able to apply like first thing next month. And yes, I would love to start with the boots in life. Yeah, and we're already doing better than that. Now I just need 75 so I can be a partner. That's such a hilarious number. I mean, maybe we see a bump in viewers with the Switch, but I can't imagine we're going to pull that kind of number. I think the most we had on Mixer was like 30. That's 1, 2, there are 4 items in Thieves. Yeah. I mean, unless I like start wrecking in races and become somebody to watch in the community, like that's not happening. Yeah, those ambassadors. So yeah, you had that many for ambassadors, but like yeah, that's interesting. Which game were you playing for ambassadors that night? Was that Levelhead or? Okay. Yeah, because you've done Levelhead, Anti-Graviter, and Golf with Friends. Am I forgetting any? I mean, hopefully something happens. Like, it's gonna really stink if it, like, just goes away after all that effort for you to get in, for it to end and, like... Oh, Toy Cars 2, okay. Like, after all that work just to get on, and then, like, gone. Would just really stink. Yes, a sword is exactly what I was hoping for. So there's still the map left and an item. Map was in the big chest. Okay. We could have done Thieves earlier without the hammer. So be it. Yeah, how is the Twitch app usage for streaming? I haven't ever used it in years. Is it? Okay. We're off script, but we'll be fine. Like I said, off script, but we're fine. Yeah, I thought it was that simple. I just wasn't sure if the features on the app are good. Okay. Skullwoods is a crystal, so we're going to go back to front. And we don't have red cane, so I'm going to hope kind of that everything's in the back. I'm definitely considering some sneaky ways to build followers quick. The thought is crossing my mind. To call them sneaky sounds bad, but it's really just, you know, maybe a quick giveaway or two. Right? Nah, it would just be like a giveaway or something for like some of my favorite games from the last year or so. Self-funded giveaways. You know what? We're going to use this to our advantage. It's a bee! You're funny, Dopey. Yeah, and that is definitely something that has me concerned about doing it. Like, don't get me wrong, I agree with the sentiment and the thought there. Like, there's definitely going to be that. But I don't know. That's why I'm conflicted, honestly. Hey, we got both items in the back. But it's definitely one of those things where I'm like, if I do it, you know, just to kind of bolster the follow numbers quickly, is just where I'm thinking, like, you know, I'm concerned that Mixer's death is going to completely, like, obliterate stuff. Yeah, that's an idea, Reese. And that's the thing, I'm like, it's not even like, I'll have plenty of games to stream. I'll have races to stream. Like, that will never change. But my idea is like, if I can have the promo stuff still, like, I'd like to. Because I think, you know, there's some fun in that. Hey, there's a third sword. Well, that's the thing, like... Yeah, I don't know what I want to do with the whole weekly versus, like, every so often or what. So, it's, you know, it's thinking right now. Nothing like yes, no, or what. We're going to check out Hera. I don't know if I really need it. But believe me, it's one of those things where, like, I've been talking to Dopey because, you know, we get from a lot of the same sites. And it's definitely a concern of, like, okay, how are we all being treated now that, you know, I get the problem. Like, I'm going to want to request stuff and I don't have a following on Twitch. Is that fair to a developer who would have given me a code normally? Like, I understand that. But, you know, I've done good work for them for a while at this point, and I would hate to lose that. And I definitely get the feeling that, you know, even with a site as a little bit more relaxed as Keymailer has been always, like, I feel like my Twitch account being new-ish in terms of numbers, or low because of numbers right now, is not going to look or reflect well either. I found it very interesting that as soon as I connected my Twitch account yesterday, or the other day, I was very quickly rejected for 2 games that I hadn't heard back from in, you know, weeks. And I was curious if those 2 facts were related. So, you know, it kind of puts a damper on things when you realize that could be happening. You know, did they look at my Twitch account and go, oh, he's got nobody? Not to say that the 45 of you who are now following me on Twitch are not great people. That was bad play. I don't actually. I got removed from the list. I don't have access to that file anymore. I had made mention that I had finished going through the list. To Sam right before he left, and within about a couple of days, I actually lost access to that document. With nothing else said about it, so... So I don't know what does work or doesn't work left in that thing. I put a lot of effort into testing every one of those codes, though. Thing is, I'm still subscribed to the channel. I never ended my sub. So... Yeah, exactly. At this point, I don't care. Like, they'll end it for me. Yay, I was the longest sub. We found some items, we cleared a couple of dungeons, we're still a ways away from go mode. And we were talking about the list of codes on TA that still exists that I don't have access to. Hey, Cricket. Yeah, I've got about 5 million sparks. Flutes. Some bombs. Red cane would be nice. Red cane! Hey! Flute. Bombos. Red cane. We've got so many options right now. I mean, I will say, like, my thing at some logic is I want to... When my... Okay, my plate's a little full right now with TA stuff. Obviously, I'm still doing... walkthrough management. And that's kind of changing a little bit for me. I'm taking on something a little different. You might have noticed that the walkthrough article stopped. I have my own problems with that decision. But, as a replacement, I'll actually be writing probably at least a weekly-ish article promoting a walkthrough to kind of replace it. So expect to see something pop up in the future. We did like it, or at least the walkthrough team really liked it, but apparently, you know, stuff. I don't know if I'll be able to do that necessarily, just because link-heavy articles are not friendly. But I'd like to do at least an article about, you know, to highlight a walkthrough from the community. Okay, see you, Reese. Thanks. So yeah, I want to at least highlight a walkthrough. It could be based on what's on sale for the week. You know, new games with gold, new Game Pass editions. I want to try to do more than what it was in its daily form. Because I think, I agree, the daily got a little stale. But what I will say is, in the weeks, couple of months that feature was run, I saw an uptick in volunteers. I saw an uptick of people who cared about walkthroughs. And I genuinely believe one of the top reasons people come to TA is for those walkthroughs. And the idea of knocking that out bothered me. Because I saw, like, I know how much walkthrough requests I expect in roughly, you know, a couple of weeks. I know how many people request to do stuff. And we saw a definite uptick during that period. And that was the thing. Like, the way it was put to us was, it was too much work kind of deal. And it was just like, hey, do you realize how much good you're doing by highlighting it? Well, and what we were told was it was just too much effort to constantly do them. I've heard that joke before because a bunch of us made it about the platformer list. Best current platformers on so-and-so. Hey, that list looks really familiar. Except you gave a brief shout out to one new game compared to last time. I won't disagree with you, Dopey. I mean, obviously, as a staff member, I get the free pro, but, you know, I can see why people are annoyed by it. You know, it is not always, it's not a friendly site if you're just looking to navigate and you don't want to pay for pro. And I do agree, you know, it's a site, it needs to support itself. Yeah, I stumbled onto it when it was still a bit smaller, so You know, I have definitely a very different experience where it was like before some of the worst parts that people talk about. So, butter. I was probably on the site for about half a year before I went pro. And it was because I was in Scotland and I was doing TA Winter Olympics. Don't know how many people remember that event, but I was doing that event, and the one day I went like all out for the event. I had nothing better to do that day, and I was just like, let's go for it. And I ran out of scans, and I was like, well, I want more scans. And I really enjoyed that event. But that got me to sign up for pro. And then at the end of the year, I think it was the end of 2014, maybe end of 2015, is when I signed up to join Walkthrough Team. And the rest is history. Yeah, I joined a little late for it to be like leaderboard stuff for that. Yeah, I'm getting sick of alphabets and spelling. So, but yeah, hopefully in the next week or so, I will get to start working on these walkthrough articles. So expect to see that from me soon. Because walkthrough managers fought for it. We pretty much what happened was that Rich came to us and said, you know, here's what's going to happen, or here's what's going on, and we're like, no, we would prefer if we could keep this somehow, and we were able to work out a talk between all of us to get it to work. So now it's just, you know, I need to know how he wants me to do it, or where, because we used to write our articles in the forums, and then Sam would take them and post them. But it sounds like we're going to do it a little differently. Like, possibly giving me access to the news interface. But I don't know. So we'll see. Terrible Armos kill. I don't know how they're going to handle that. Like, am I going to be getting news credit like that? Or, you know, do I care? I didn't need to save and quit there. You know, shucks, Scruff. So, you know, I don't care, like, if I'm getting credit for writing articles or what. We've got Hookshot, so that's a big find. Another bee in a bottle. Like, what? Oh yeah, I just went right in here thinking, oh, let's open the big chest. That was dumb. A bee in a bottle, you gotta rub it the right way? I'll avoid rubbing those bees. I know, come on. Ima, you can do better than that. So yeah, as I was saying, we're definitely gonna make the effort with those walkthrough articles. Yeah, they're pretty neat. But then, of course, I've got my regular walkthrough team responsibilities. As many of you know, I'm also on the genre team now. So that's a little less work, but still some pretty in-depth discussions on, all the different disagreements. And what kind of genre stuff that we need to do. And then it's rough. It really is. I feel like walkthrough teams more work day to day. And more like involvement, I'd say. And you get the odd case of like BS. But I can throw around kind of like a little bit of like my own power on it and get stuff done. But as but that's the thing, is like doing the walkthrough, or walkthrough, I can kind of make my argument and be done. People will still disagree with me, but I feel like there's a certain point when it's just like, no matter what you feel, you're eventually gonna give up, in a sense, in the fact that like the team decisions there. Genre, you don't have that. You don't have that kind of leeway to make your argument and be done. There's always going to be some, no, you're wrong. So, and that stinks, but like, honestly, I think it's a team I belong on. Because I really do play just about everything. Like, I know the staff game at this point. So like, it's the whole reason I talked to that team, and I was like, look, let me help on this, and it's been a good fit. Like, I get along with the group really nicely. And there's some cool people there, so I enjoy it. But so the reason I bring these up and say that I'm busy but want to do more is what I really want to do is, and this is partly me being selfish, but I kind of want to see if we can get some kind of I kind of want to see if we can get an actual stream team for TA. I feel like they have the infrastructure and to do something. I don't know what it would look like, honestly, but I feel like it's a waste that they don't do it, especially when they have so much about community. Like, let's rebuild this community thing. Oh yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I can only say from what I saw public facing side was that it was a yeah, so did I. Yeah, thanks. So it's still having issues. God damn it. Well, obviously it died on both ends. So that was me again. It's not Mixer, it's not Twitch, it's me. And if I say something again to Comcast, it's going to be like, oh, you know, it's heavy usage time and da 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 da. Tell it to run faster. So, but yeah, I would like to try and see if there's a way to get Rich to agree to like some kind of just stream team of sorts. You know, see if it's possible. Like, and I'm not saying that it needs to be that this team is getting free keys or something. Like, couldn't be further from the truth. Like, I don't think that's a requirement. But there's definitely a resource there of like, and it could be mutually beneficial right now. Like, you know, I'm looking to build a Twitch channel. You want people to see you. Well, guess what? We'd both benefit from this. Exactly. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's not complicated. I really don't see the issue in trying to put that kind of thing together. And that would be plenty, I think, Dopey. Like, if it was just a key here or there to do the game, to show it off. Like, you guys don't even do really giveaways during the Ambassador streams. So it shows that there is an audience that would care just to see the new games. You know, there's definitely an audience for it that I feel is just untapped right now. And if it, you know, the issue back when they did it themselves was that the team was too busy. Well, guess what? You know, like, okay, I get you want news team to do work that will be specifically for news. Fine. But I'm saying I'll do it on my own time. Let me be, let Wednesday night be Jesse streaming for TA. I'll forego any races for that day, and Wednesday night I will stream a game as prescribed by the site. It gets me out there streaming more. Maybe helps me build up my Twitch presence a bit, so I get some benefit from it, and the site gets the traffic, hopefully, from it. So I'd love to do that. Yep, I agree with you completely, Dopey. And there's enough of us. Like, I don't think people necessarily realize how many people do already and would be willing to help. Like, I think there's a number of people who use the site who are regulars who would go, you want some kind of stream team and I can sign up to join it? Okay. Well, we're gambling. TR. That too. Like, there's so many options of how they could do this. So I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. So yeah, I want to get this walkthrough article thing going first, and then I'll look into it and try to make my case. But I want to, as I said, I just want to get that going first, make sure that it's running well, and then kind of make my pitch. And I feel like I at least have a bit more of a shot. Like, I'm not saying he'll listen to me. But I'm hoping that the angle of I've been on staff for so long and have the track record with streaming and the channel back when it was on Mixer, like, I'm hoping all these things can give it a shot to succeed. But I mean, I will say, like, yeah, I agree with you. It sounds like a win-win, but just think of all the things that we all thought were, right? Like, we don't know how certain things are received on their end, unfortunately, and it makes it difficult to say that we would win that argument. Unfortunately, this is a business, and they need what they need. you know, one of the recent discussions was, hey, Battle and Sprite. Battle and Bunny. Looks like a very weird strawberry. And that's it, Olcash. Exactly. But I'm definitely of the opinion that, like, and I'm sure a lot of you would agree, that some of the heart of community is lost on that site right now. And me suggesting this and wanting to keep the walkthrough articles going is that. One of the things that I brought up, you know, and I've said it to other people, was the community interviews. It sucks that those are gone. And luckily, you know, a friend kind of took it up because it was something she enjoyed. And said, why don't we do this anymore? If you don't follow her on TA or her blog, I'd recommend checking out Nicole Renee 00. She does some community interviews. Yeah, exactly, Ima. But so she's started doing community interviews on her own. She did one of Smirnov, who I'm sure a lot of you realize is now the holder of most gamer score. But you know, she took it upon herself to do that, and you know, it's been a great little thing to replace what was removed. So, you know, if you miss that, I'd say go check out her articles or her blog, because it's definitely, like, it's missed. And, you know, a lot of you see it. And she puts the effort in to make sure that it goes. So, like, you know, that's where it is. But, and that's why I'm kind of looking at that and going, what can we do to help this community? Oh yeah, no, I agree with you there, Dopey. A lot of people were. Even, I will say, like, I don't usually air too much on the staff side of things, but even staff was kind of like, WTF. And a lot of us in there were like, if this was meant to be the same thing, like, if this was meant to be satire or a joke, like, it was lost. Yep. No, you're not the only one who misses the old Newshound days. That's for sure. Believe me, there's a lot of things like that where people just go, darn. So, we'll do what we can. You know, I do want to try to make a shot at it, a push for it. By the way, we're into GT. 1 to 22, there's a big key somewhere in this place. If you want to guess a number, guess a number. I know Joe is number 7 always. We got a 19 from Scruff. We got an 11 from Lakesh. A 3 from Ima. Ooh, 3 is always a fun one for me. Unfortunately, because it's casual boots, is not as funny. Well, there's 3, Ima. We're skipping 3. 13 from Dopey. So we're up to 3. We've done 3 so far and not found it. Five, 6, 7, and still no. We're coming up on 8 next, the fire bar room. So this here is 8. It is not 8. Oh, so the way this works, Ima, is that at the end of the game is Ganon's Tower. Ganon's Tower, the basement, has 22 chests that could have the big key. So we are looking for that big key. And since it's completely random, you can guess which number it is. That was number 9. Here comes 10 through 13. 10, 11, 12, 13. Sorry, Lakesh, Ima, Dopey, and of course Joe. I know Joe is always number 7, so all of you are unfortunately wrong today. So just a reminder of what this is. This is the Link to the Past ladder. It is a 1v1 racing system of Link to the Past randomizer. Right now, I am matched up with somebody. I don't know who they are. We're racing the same seed, both in this casual boots mode. And we're just trying to see if I can beat them. Or they can beat me. I'm either going to finish first or second. So that was 14 there. So this is 15, 16, and 17. 15, 16, 17. Ooh. Left side was a bust. That's unfortunate. There are multiple strategies for how you do the GT basement. I always go, this room is called Hope Room. You kind of hope that it's here. And then I go full left. There is a strategy where you go right. If you don't find a small key, then you go left. And then if you find a small key on, or when you get a small key on the left side, you then proceed to go right. They call it the Dark Magician strat. I don't know why. A legit 22 would be hilarious. Usually 22 is the tile room. I just don't always do it in the weird pathway. Because usually people save 22 for last. 18. 19. 20. 21. Oh! Legit 22. That is a legit 22, people. '22's easy. Like, the 20-second check is actually, like, it's slow, but it's a quick one to do. Well, not quick. It's simple, because we're just going to exploit bad coding. If you activate the cape in any room and start holding a wall, you will see that my magic doesn't move. So all I have to do is hold A. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I mean, I don't know how we're patching the thing is that the ROM that everybody uses is actually the Japanese 1.0. So, yeah, no. But yeah, we finally got a 22. That's, I haven't seen a tile room in a while, so, like, it's definitely interesting. Why did I hit that switch? You don't hit that switch. You hit the later one. You're not all that wrong, Ima. There's quite a few glitches that we use in this game. There are definite shenanigans. Earlier in this race, we did something called water walking. When you have boots and the moon pearl, you can walk on water. There's something called fake flippers, where you can swim even though you don't have flippers. We didn't go into Ice Palace, but there is a way to clip through a wall in Ice Palace. So there are many, many... Oh, you short hopper. So there is a lot of this kind of stuff. Something I don't know how to do that would be really cool is there's actually a glitch called hovering. Where you can actually continually dash over gaps in the floor. But it's a very rhythmic tapping method to get it to work. and I can't do it. I'm sure I could pick it up, but I've watched some really good people do it, and it looks hard. And I don't have the drive to learn how to do it yet. And believe me, there's things that the rando devs have put into the game that are definitely not intended. Just, we don't worry about those things. Okay, we're almost to the end. Agatu and Ganon, and then we're done. Crap. No, you can't. US 1.0 actually doesn't have a lot of these, a lot of the same exploits. So I can show a bunch of them after we're done. There's something called like mirror block deletion. I believe that's gone. Fake flippers doesn't work. I'd have to try some of the other ones to know what does or doesn't. But yeah, a lot of the things actually that we use is like speed tech for racing, and the NMG was patched out in US 1.0. And even Japanese 1.1 or 1.2 has those things patched out as well. But I mean, it was definitely fun going back to the game. When we got our SNES Classic, we did that classic run of the game. And it was definitely fun to go back to it. Just to go and do this. Nice triple to finish. Hello, register that I'm done. Okay, registered that I'm done. And we started off the season with a win. Woo! Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you. You said 20 minutes. I think I took longer than 20 minutes. We're number one. We're number one. If we weren't number one, we'd be number two. Yeah, not many options here. We were either finishing first or second. Pretty straightforward seed. I think the only thing that I should have done differently was we could have skipped yeah, the only thing I would have done differently in this one is I probably could have skipped Hera, but given where we were in the race at the time, then we could have gone with it. Yeah. So I will actually get tagged when my opponent finishes. One of the cool new features for Season 2 is you can actually allow yourself to get tagged when if your opponent beats you. So if my opponent finishes first, I can get a tag on Discord that my opponent finished. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to know. I kind of just want to finish out the race as normal. But you can also get tagged when your opponent finishes, if they're finished second, so then you can know to go, hey, GG, and all that fun stuff. And we will do that. Like, I do want that tag, just so I know, like, hey, I should go say hey to the person after the race. Because I think it's good sportsmanship to say GG's and all that fun stuff. We did do the mushroom turn in. Exactly. I think there's definitely a point to it, Topi. Like, I don't disagree with it. Oop. Looks like my opponent just finished. Yep. 4 minutes. Close one. Yeah, 4 minutes is good. I'd want to be able to see kind of what we're going for the the rankings, because they're definitely I don't think I've faced them before. So they're a new one to me. I'd be interested to see what their race history was. 5 channels in 30 seconds. Jeez. So, yeah, I don't know my opponent really. I haven't seen their name before, so it'll be interesting. I know the ladder's growing. A lot of new people are joining. As of right now, rankings only have 119 people on it. But obviously it all kind of resets. So I'm not even on the ranking right now. As that was my first race of Season 2. But lifetime rankings, there are now 422 total racers who have ever done a rando race. Okay, it turns out my opponent went to Death Mountain pretty early. So they probably went without the hammer, and thus I got to do a full clear of pretty much everything while they had to make a few extra trips. That explains a lot. But yeah, if I look at overall, yeah, this is their 5th race as part of ladder, so also a newer runner. Cool though. That was a good race. I will take a win to start the season. Always take a win. Okay, let me... 167 out of 216. That's a high check seed, to be honest, even with some of the efficiencies we did. But let me kind of show what I was saying about these glitches. I obviously can't show all of them. We'll do it from my house. Yeah, there's some interesting ones in there. I think there's at least 1 or 2 that I don't have, maybe. Although I have Juju already. Okay, so... Emma, you still here? Oh, you are. Yeah, it's easier to get to some good spots to show glitches. Okay, so this first one is called block deletion. If while I push this block, I am mashing the button, so like mashing for mirror, I can delete it with the mirror. Now, there's an alternative here where instead we can do hook shot through these blocks. So while I'm pushing this block, we hook shot, and I'm on top of the block, but can grab the chest and then proceed further. So there's one. This next one I really can't show because I already have the flippers, but I can explain it. It's called fake flippering. So what you do, not that. Obviously I wouldn't be able to swim if I didn't have flippers. Or I shouldn't be able to swim. Once again, we're dirty, rotten cheaters. We use glitches that are allowed by all this stuff. Okay, so if you look here, what you do is you set yourself up to be pretty much like one, like really close to the border. It's the way I do it is I get as close as I can, or at least try to. Drop a bomb, and that pushes me as close as I can get. Then you jump up and do a screen transition right as you jump in the water, and it allows you to swim even without the flippers. The only issue with this is that if you take damage while in fake flippers, you die. Like one hit KO. So you have to be careful. Now the other one I've really taken to using and is going to be great for casual boots is called water walking. What you do is you set yourself up along the edge here and then dash out of this cave. You can do it a few other places, but this is where I do it. I don't know the other places. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to head down here. And I'm going to jump in the water here. And as you can see, I'm now walking on water. I'm getting my Jesus on. And you can just walk. You have to have the boots and the moon pearl to pull it off. But it's pretty cool. What else have we used? We've done something called fake powder. Actually, you know what? We didn't go in Ice Palace at all today, and I kind of just want to go in. My new favorite. I really disliked Ice Palace for a long time. But there's this trick where we can actually go through a wall here in Ice Palace, and we'll show that one. It's called Icebreaker. So Ice Palace is the reason why a lot of people don't like Ice Palace is it's a long dungeon. The vanilla path through this dungeon is super tedious. Like, if you were playing the vanilla game and didn't know any of the tricks to this dungeon, it's actually super lengthy. And it's just one of the worst dungeons in the game. But, so, rando runners found something called a bomb jump. Or, I don't know if it was rando. No, it's probably NMG, actually. But they found this thing called a bomb jump. You can use a bomb to push you across a gap. Really, really valuable. And it saved a ton of time because you wouldn't have to do the extra laps around the dungeon. Well, within the last year, like this is a new glitch that I'm about to show you. Somebody found that in this room, if you have the Cane of Sumeria, you push here, you get a block down, you're under the block, you buffer to the left one, and then the idea is I just push myself through a wall, like so. And there we go. We're on the other side of this wall, and we've pretty much skipped all the difficulty of this dungeon. Now, the other way that we break this dungeon is a little harder. I'm not as good at it, and I'm out of practice. So part of the reason I'm going here is just to see if I can do it. It's called the Ice Palace Bomb Jump. Bomb jumps have been around for a while. They use them in a few places still that I don't know how to do yet real consistent. I do want to learn how to do them because it's a skill that I will need to get good. I've said that like the no major glitches category uses probably about a half dozen bomb jumps in it. And right now I can only do like the one and not super consistent. So what you do is we're coming up on this area. So in this room, what we want to do is we grab this key and then we hit this switch to be in the blue state. Now the thing is that obviously this puts this barrier up, so we shouldn't be able to get through. So what we're going to do is we're going to align ourselves with the edge here. I don't know the exact positioning always, but then we're just going to get down a little bit, and we're going to bomb ourselves across this gap. The whole reason we want that switch down like that, or want the switch in this state, is for the following. I'll show you the room, because it'll make more sense if you can see why we want it this way. But Icebreaker is even quicker than this. Like, Icebreaker, the wall clip we did is even faster. Now, the bomb jump is, I think, available in like every version of the game. So we're going to come here. Normally, without the bomb jump, these switch positions are reversed. And you'd have to do a lap of the dungeon to get the big key to go downstairs to flip the switch, to then come back up and do another lap of the dungeon to get downstairs to do this. Instead, we can already push this block down. The reason we need this block is to pick up the skull pot and push that block there to open the door to get into where the boss is. So instead of having to do 2 laps of this dungeon and do everything, instead, we've just circumvented the whole dungeon. And that. Vortex is right. We can also do that. We don't need a big key, unless you're still hunting for items, of course. And then you just wreck Cold Stare because you have too much equipment, because you've already finished the rest of this race and already won. So, yeah, that's some of the other stuff that we would normally do for these. Like, a lot of these tricks are Japanese 1.0 only, but a few of them are actually possible outside of it. Luckily, we did not have to do Ice Palace today. We definitely lucked out there. Unfortunately, we turned in our mushroom, so I can't do fake powder. If I had the mushroom, what you do is you use all your magic and go to Magic Bat, and then use the Cane of Sumeria. And right as you hear like the you switch over to the mushroom, and it does like powder without having powder. Yeah, did you say something about a 7-minute aga? I know, Dopey. I seem to get like really lucky. Wow, yeah. Where was the rest of your Dark World access, then? Where was Gloves and Hammer? I'd do the same thing. That's not a bad play. See ya, Ima. That's an interesting layout. So what? You did you did escape, you checked Lumberjack, found that Moon Pearl was there, you save and quit, you did Aga, and then you save and quit and did what? Normal route? Like CAC, then South Shore, then... Okay. Actually, I would have almost... Okay. In that situation, because you got the Pearl... Glove and Cack, Boots and Lamp... Well, I'm wondering if it would have been quicker to do South Shore right after instead of CAC, because when you go to CAC, if you get Glove or Hammer, then you could have immediately gone into Dark World from there. Since a lot of Dark World routing almost always starts from Outcasts. But it's, you know, it is what it is. You got the win, though? Awesome. Oh, opponent's still finishing. Dang. Yeah, that is definitely Super Jet. The one weird thing for our race here, I didn't have to touch oh, you didn't even have to touch East DM? Oh, that's lucky. Wow. So I went into Eastern without a bow, got my Titan's Mitts, then went Village of Outcasts, because I had Mirror already, so I did a lot of those checks. Pretty soon after that, like, I got a lamp. Oh, wait. I did a huge Dark World loop because, you know, Village of Outcasts, the Hype Cave, to everything else. And got the Hammer. And then I finished Skull and Thieves. After I did those, I went to do DM. East DM had... Well, Spec Rock had my Tempered Sword. And then East DM had Flute, Cane of Sumeria, and at least those two. And Floating Island had Bow. I was able to open up TR, but I didn't have Ice Rod, so I was kind of like, I'll come back at a later point, and I didn't have Hookshot, so I went and did Eastern and Pod. Doing those, I found the Hookshot, so then I was able to do Swamp. I did Swamp, and I did Desert, and then I was just missing Ice Rod, and I was like, we're going to gamble TR, and we found Ice Rod in Mimic Cave. The only pendant dungeon we did was Hera on that first trip up, and I didn't have to touch it. There was nothing in Hera. I think I got like a heart piece and rupees. Like, it was a waste. So I probably could have finished 3 minutes quicker or more, because we even did Hera Basement. But other than that, like, that was the only real major inefficiency. I'd say I had the mirror from like step 1. Like, we got the mirror in either like Dark Cross or Back of Escape. So like one of those really early spots. That's nice. It would have been better if I got it before rescuing Zelda, because then we could have mirrored with Zelda, but I'll take, you know, a slightly slower setup. And we found Silvers and Butter Sword and Red Mail, and we had everything. The only thing we never found was powder, among a few other items. As you can see, the whole left side, we don't have anything, really. Or the right side, we don't have anything. No powder, no Quake, and no book. But other than that, I think we saw another shield somewhere in the race. I think it was like Hookshot and Mirror. Swamp and Hero. I mean, based on what you had, yeah, going and doing Spec Rock and finding the mirror, or... Oh. Interesting. You gambled going to Hera first before doing Paradox at all. I don't know. I mean, you had to clear Hera. Yeah. Yeah, tough to say. Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have the mirror, I'm not sure what I would do there. Yeah, and yeah, I get your point. Like if I was there and didn't have the mirror making the dark DM and light DM checks quick, then my first intuition might have been to do that too. Although I probably would have climbed, like I probably would have climbed and done the paradox cave checks, and then done Hera, and then done spiral down, and then do Super Bunny and Hookshot on the climb up. I think that would have been my natural route there. But given you were one item away from go mode, I do see why you would have done that instead. Yeah, no, that was a good idea. So, okay. Let's see. I'm always one to check the schedule. Let's just see. Where is your opponent? Did they finish? Oh, they just finished. Okay. Ouch. Yeah, Ganon logic or Ganon fights can be tough. You know, you get a bad run here or there. Okay, so race schedule. Well, in 2 hours is Enemizer. But I guess we will not step on Joe's toes so she can have... I don't know what she's playing today, but we will not step on Joe's toes. We'll skip the Enemizer. I could use the break anyway. But let's say I'll do the 10 p.m. race. There's an open seat tonight at 10. So, expect to see me tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern for that open race. Vortex, you doing the 10 p.m.? Hoping to. When's your race this week? When is your actual mentor tourney race? Okay. Cool. And then I think tomorrow there is a 1 p.m. mystery. And I will try to do that 1 p.m. mystery. No guarantees. So, but we're going to call it here. Thanks everybody for watching on Mixer and or Twitch. We are obviously doing the double streams for now. I did not have my Mixer stream open at all during that race. So, luckily chatbots seem to be working pretty well. Yeah, Restream bot definitely did decent with the chat today. Handling both. Yep, we're rebuilding. Thank you to the 45 people we already have following this channel. great growth. You know, hopefully we'll hit the numbers we need and get closer to being able to have affiliate request in as soon as we're eligible. That's the goal, at least. So thank you for everybody watching today. Obviously the viewer numbers will also help a big amount. So yes, the plan is July 22nd is the end of Mixer. Up to that day, we will be trying to do restream on both Mixer and Twitch. So if you are watching me on Mixer right now, know that we will be permanently making our home at Twitch towards the end of July. The link or the website address for my Twitch is there. That is where we're going to be streaming from in the future. Anybody following and supporting me over here on Twitch, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It sucks. I'll be honest. We're at about a sixth of where we were on Mixer, and it definitely is a gut punch to kind of lose 3 years worth of effort, in a sense. So everybody who's helped kind of jumpstart things this week, you are very much appreciated. So support your stream friends, because there's a lot of us on Mixer who are looking to find new ways. And it's not fun. You know, a lot of us were there for about as long as Mixer was Mixer. Some of us were even there when it was still Beam. And, you know, you talk to any of us and we're all kind of sad about it. There's a lot of things we're going to miss. But we'll do what we can. I will likely stream some Xbox stuff this weekend, but the races at night will definitely continue in what I can fit in the afternoons. So we'll see what happens, but until the next stream, thank you all for watching. We are 1-0 in Season 2. First race. This is a good start to the season. Well, we will be back tonight, hopefully for the open race. I can always use open practice. That's like bread and butter type of mode. But yeah, this was Casual Boots. I think this is going to be a fun mode this season. I really do enjoy this one. This is a cool mode. So until next time, goodbye.